So from the waffle I did last night, option number 4 was a Kraken, and it was picked. So we're wanting to replace that. So I did another kind of classy looking one. So what we've got is we've got a bronzed Kraken dial. We did a green paint background and then dabbed a lot of the paint off. So in the larger open areas, the paint came off nice and easy, but it stayed kind of highlighting around the Kraken itself, which gives it a really cool look. So that faint green looked really good with this darker green suede. Very soft strap. So we got black leather on the back, and you've got your green suede on top. Super, super comfortable. Went with a just a brown keeper on all the different suedes that I did. So we've got a brushed stainless steel case. We've got an anchor engraved crown, and then this is an antique bronze cerakoted bezel. And then I thought what would be cool would be to go back and lume it, which was a beast. But I thought it'd be cool, right? Omega style handset in there. And then we did a custom painted seconds hand. We did it in kind of like a brass with a darker green that kind of went with the dial color tone. So it's kind of ghosted on there, right? That looks pretty cool, right? Low profile exhibition caseback, stainless steel movement holder in there, which is kind of hard to see, but it's in there going around it. And a silver rotor. And then that's the build. So as with every build, the bezel will turn left, the bezel will turn right. I actually might try and put that on a little bit tighter than that. It moves a little bit more than I like. I'll do like another... Oh, that's exactly what I thought. Tension ring looks good. But I'm going to put some harder bends into it to put it on there tighter. Because it shouldn't just be able to pop off. Yep, I'm able to snap it on. I'm going to make it tighter. So that's how you pop them on and pop them off. If they're not on tight, you can do it with your finger. Got it that time. But it also helps if you know where the opening is to put downward pressure on. But so I'm going to adjust that for the next guy. Because, yeah, I like how much that turns. So I'm just going to put harder bends into that and then wrap that a little bit better on the case itself. So I was just so hung up on luming this damn thing. Because in the pictures, the base pictures, it's not lumed. And the last thing I put onto a watch is the bezel. So when I snapped it on, I was like, oh, nice, it's on. I can take some pictures and be done. But yeah, we will make that a little bit tighter. The nice thing is it pops right off, so it's easy for me to get it off. Because I hate having to kind of like tape off the case to make sure I don't put any kind of, nick or anything into the case. But as you can see, the bezel will turn left, bezel will turn right. It'll be tighter though when you get it. Next, this is an automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, you can wear it, you can put it in a watch winder. But if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, make sure you pre-wind it a bit just so that you don't lose time. Now you do that as you back the crown off the threads until you hear it and feel it clicking. And you feel that play, so you know you're off the threads. At that point, you can wind, and a wind is a turn away from you. Turning it back towards you doesn't do anything, but it's a lot easier to keep your spacing and to just wind back and forth these little half turns. So if you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you are not very active, you'll keep time throughout the day. If you do it for something closer to 20 seconds, you're going to max out your 31 plus hour power reserve. You cannot overwind it. You can wind it all day. There's reversers in there that won't put any more input into the main string. Pull the one and only click, and now you can set your time. It's not a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. You'll also notice you got a wobble crown. It's going to deflect lateral pressure from going into the movement. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 12:12 p.m.
12? 12? PM. That's the build. Like I said, I'm going to tighten up that bezel a little bit. Matching beads to go with it. Green box, though it's a different shade of green. Arguably pretty close, but definitely a different shade. As with every build, it comes with watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts. Non-streaky, non-toxic, non-residue. Some leather conditioner. I would only use this on the backside. I'm assuming that it won't really do anything on suede, but that's where you'd have contact. So if it's ever getting, you know, scrapey or hard against you, or you want it to be more pliable, which it's extremely pliable, apply this on the backside, let it soak in, remove any excess. And then lastly, you're going to get some Novus 2 that's repackaged off of Amazon. This is essentially like Polywatch, and it is a fine scratch remover that I repackage. This is an acrylic glass, and you can scratch it, but if you do, put a tiny bit on it, buff against that scratch, filling that scratch, and use your included microfiber and buff it off, and you will not have a scratch anymore. So that's the build. Maybe it's going to you. Congrats if it is. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'm going to go and tighten that bezel now. But if you want me to make you something custom unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.